watching Morning at NTV.
Welcome back to Morning at NTV. Let's get into our business conversations for this Monday morning. And Airtel Money has something special for you with regards to money transfer. And they're saying that, you know what, you can transfer money from your Airtel Money account right here in Uganda to 5 African countries. We'll get into the details of which countries are this. They're also saying that you can receive money from international countries, of course, directly to your Airtel Money account as well. Interesting, right? They've sorted out some of issues that we face with people in the diaspora, of course, for your personal needs or for business transactions. So we're getting into those details for you to get to understand, okay? What does this mean and how do I, go about leveraging on this new development as an individual or as a business? So in studios, I'm joined by Flavia Nabukera. She is the head of international money transfer from Airtel Uganda. Many thanks. Welcome to Morning at NTV.
Thank you. Good morning, our viewers.
Good morning. All right. So congratulations on this new development. Tell us more about, Airtel Money. Now, as being allowed or having that platform to send money to 5 African countries. So which are these countries, and is it from Airtel Money account here in Uganda to another Airtel Money account in, for example, Kenya, or you have partnerships with other money agents in the different countries? What are we looking at?
All right. So Airtel is constantly looking at providing our customers with innovative solutions, and these could be in all aspects. Today we are opening up international money transfers from across the world into our Airtel Money wallets. So to be more specific, for example, today you can send money to 4 countries around Africa. You can send to Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia and Malawi, and you can receive money from over 10 countries across the world.
Interesting. Over 10 countries across the world.
Yeah.
All right. So if I'm sending money to, for example, Malawi, am I just allowed to send money to a person who has an Airtel Money account? Or what happens if I must send money to someone who doesn't have an Airtel Money account? What happens? Am I still allowed to? And if so, what platforms are these we're looking at?
All right. So today you can send only to Airtel Wallet in the other countries.
Okay.
But soon enough you'll send to withdraw agent pickup points and to any other bank accounts and wallets.
Okay. Yeah. So how is the international space working out? What you told me before we went on air is that if I have money in my Airtel Money account here in Uganda, I'm just able to send this money to the 5 countries you mentioned. However, internationally, I can only receive the money but not send as yet. So talk to us about that particular space. If we're having someone from Sweden, especially for people who have, friends and family in the diaspora or businesses in the diaspora, and they want to send that money to my Airtel Money account or wallet, how does that work out?
Okay.
Does it mean that they also have an Airtel Money account or wallet there, or it's from any agent to my Airtel wallet?
Okay, so what we've done, we've partnered with several agents across the world in all these different countries, and through them you're able to transfer to the Airtel Money wallet. I'll give an example for the Middle East. We have very many Ugandans living in the Middle East. So we have several money transfer operators in that region. We have Instant Cash, Express Money. So any of these agents can transfer directly to a mobile number. And Airtel Money is one of those mobile numbers you can transfer to. So no, we're not in every country, but we've partnered with so many agents across the world.
Are you in a position to just drop names?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So in the Middle East, we have Express Money, we have Instant Cash, we have Western Union. In the UK, US and Canada, we have Remitly. Yes. In South Africa, we have Mama Money into South Africa. And in the African countries where Airtel is present, you can send Airtel to Airtel.
Airtel to Airtel.
Yes.
Okay. And whenever there's money transfer, there are also charges. So let's break the extra charges that, are attracted in this particular transactions. Let's start with Africa. Me sending money to on any of these 5 countries that you mentioned. We're having Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia. And if I'm sending money to any of these countries from my Airtel Money wallet here in Uganda, what are the charges we're looking at?
Okay, so our charge is as low as 900 Uganda shillings up to about 58,000 shillings. So I'll give an example of if you're sending 500 Uganda shillings from your wallet. So you'll be charged about 8,500 shillings only to send to any of those countries. Yes.
Okay.
And if you're receiving money from any of these countries, it's free of charge.
All right. Any of these African countries, it's free of charge.
If you're receiving money into your wallet from any country in Africa or even outside Africa, from all the partners that I've mentioned, it's free of charge.
Interesting. Interesting. And so, you know, that is always the bone of contention, because with fintech, the fintech space nowadays, we're having some of the agents who are saying that as much as that sender, you know, was charged, even for you as a receiver, you ought to be charged, because I think different states have, different jurisdictions have different, you know, kind of, you know, policies around receiving money from international countries. So I'm happy that is checked and that we can receive our monies clean. Yes. And that won't be charged. Okay, so let us about the limit. Let us in about the limits. If I want to send money, do I have to attain a certain threshold? What are we looking at? Or I can send as little as, can you give a figure, maybe 100K Uganda shillings? What is the limit in terms of sending money?
Okay, so we've maintained our transaction limits. So you can send as low as 500 Uganda shillings. 400? 500 Uganda shillings, up until 5 million Uganda shillings.
Wait, 500 Uganda shillings? Yes. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, all the way up to 5 million Uganda shillings. Yeah.
Okay, and if I want to send more, what happens? You know, for example, I'll just give you an example. When you want to withdraw money via an ATM, they always tell you, depending on the bank, they tell you that maybe the limit or the threshold is 800K or 1 million per, you know, withdrawal. And you can actually get in your ATM card again and still withdraw more. So if I want to send more than 5 million Uganda shillings, can I send it in a day or in, you know, in a few minutes time apart? What then happens? Because someone would say, especially for them in the business space, would want to send maybe more. What are we looking at?
So yes, you can send multiple times. So for example, you can send up to 12.5 Uganda million, you can send 12 to 12.5 Uganda shillings, million Uganda shillings, but you can send it in a broken mode. For example, you will send 5, and that 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, you can in multiple times, but per transaction you can send only up to 5 million Uganda shillings.
Okay, so if it's a multiple transaction, are the charges accrued again afresh per transaction?
Yes, true. So for example, for 5 million Uganda shillings, you'll be charged 58,000. So that will apply for every 5 million shillings you send.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's quite low.
It's quite low indeed when you look at the numbers, but
yes.
Okay, all right. I think that will be food for thought for Airtel Money moving forward, for especially the business people who would want to send, you know, multiple times. Do you say then you increase the threshold from 5 million to something higher, or if someone has to do a repeat transaction within a given number of hours, then some of these fees are, you know, put off their chests or their, you know, shoulders, so to speak. All right, this is quite amazing, and at least now we have the details. But before we wrap up, what else would you want your customers or potential customers to understand? Why should we choose sending money or receiving money via Airtel Money and not any other platforms? What's the added advantage?
Okay, so the aid that Airtel Money is giving you is your money becomes instantly usable. So you're receiving this money in a simple, instant and secure way, and it's immediately usable. You can use this money to pay your bills, pay school fees, send to someone, pay electricity, move to the bank. So we're giving you this money in a simple, secure and instant way, and immediately you can use this money. So yes, that is the value addition for all our customers with this service. Okay,
and how about security and safety of our monies in that digital
space? Yeah. Now this money is extremely secure. For example, you can only get this money using your Airtel Money PIN, and this is only known to you. So it's extremely secure. There's no securities around carrying cash anymore.
Okay, all right. And the other space still with regards to flexibility and security, if, for example, I make a transaction by mistake to another account, maybe I just lost a digit or I entered the wrong digit and it went to someone else. What happens in that space? Is the transaction reversed immediately, or is it another long process for me to secure my money back? What happens?
Okay, so what we've done, we have two measures. Currently, you will see the name of the person that you're sending to before you confirm that transaction.
Okay.
So that's the first check. The second check, if you again make that mistake, you just immediately call our call center and we shall reverse that money.
Immediately?
Immediately, yes. The moment you report it, we log it and reverse the money.
Thank you so much, Flavia, for coming through. Flavia Nabukera, she is the head international money transfer at Airtel Uganda. Do you have any questions for them? Tag them directly. Their social media platform is quite vibrant right there. So they're saying that their operations in terms of client conversations and client relations open 24 hours?
Yes, they are.
24 hours. So don't get stuck or lost. Well, that's it for the business segment this morning. I do have Mr. Mbide on standby. Mbide, what do you have in store for us this morning?
Thank you, Mala. This is Morning at